might have seen this a lot in the news recently, so today we'll be looking at green mortgages. What are they, what does it mean, and what do you need to know as a buyer or home mover? Hello, welcome back to our channel and podcast. My name's Gemma, and here at WS we talk about all things relating to money, mortgages, and positive money mindset. So if that interests you, then be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up. It really helps with our YouTube algorithm and means that you won't miss out on any of our videos. On today's episode of Let's Talk Money and Mortgages, we have Iftika joining us again. And for those of you who don't know Ifti is a trained accountant and mortgage advisor who has been in the industry for over 10 years. And he is also one of the founding directors here at WIS. Welcome back, Ifti.
Hi, Gemma. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. So I know that there's been quite a lot in the news about this green mortgage thing at the moment, and we've had a lot of people asking us questions. What is it? Like, what's going on? So we just thought we'd do a video today talking all about it. So if we get straight into it, let's start us off with what are green mortgages?
Okay, there is a massive shift from the government as well as the public, and there are a lot of activists as well pushing more towards being green. So the banks are playing their part as well. So if anybody is buying a new house which is sort of green and uses less energy, the banks like to reward them. So they have come up with the concept of a green mortgage. So we can see more and more banks come up with ideas on how to reward clients who go for a sort of a green mortgage. So there is a bit of a push from the bank as well to sort of contribute towards this good cause. So that's what a green mortgage is about.
Yeah. All right. Well, then how do you know if your house qualifies for a green mortgage?
Okay. So they mainly look at the EPC rating or the energy performance ratings. So it's based on that, because the higher your banding, usually it's a A or a B banding, you fall into that green category. So if you fall into the green category, the banks reward you, right? Not all banks reward you, but there are some banks who offer these facilities, but it's picking up quite quickly now. And more banks are starting to offer these products. So I can see that the vast majority of the lenders are now offering these kind of products, right? So you need to fall into that A or B category. So that's when you sort of qualify for a green mortgage.
Okay, so is this then for new properties or existing properties?
It's mainly for new properties. As of today, I just looked at it this morning, it was for new properties. There might be older ones that will be picked up in the next few days, months as well, because there's quite a lot of demand for this area. But at the moment, it's mainly for new properties, right? So if you're buying a new property, very likely you'll fall to A or B bracket. So it's probably best to talk to your advisors to see whether you qualify for a green product, right? So if you qualify for a green product, you may benefit from that.
All right. So then what are the things that you can do to make your house more energy efficient?
Okay, I think it's mainly the energy efficiency is what they sort of look at. With new builds, you have very little options, but I'll just tell you what they mainly look at. We also did another video on EPCs a few weeks ago, so you can have a look at that as well. So if there's less usage of energy, and if you're using energy efficient equipment, or if you have good insulation, good windows, which sort of preserves the energy inside the house and consumes less energy, then you will qualify, right? So you have to work on things like your loft and cavity wall insulation, things like solar panels, that will help you. Triple glazing or double glazing, that helps you. Also energy efficient boilers, right? So those will help you. But with a lot of new houses, a lot of these things come as standard, right? So therefore, there's a good chance you'll qualify for one of these products with a new build. So always speak to a broker if you are buying a new build, whether you will qualify for one of those products as well.
Thanks, Ifti. So what are the benefits actually for the borrower though? Because obviously we've talked about a little bit of the benefits if you're going to take one out, but what about for them?
Okay, obviously the borrower is sort of contributing towards the environment. So thanks to the borrowers, I think that's why you're rewarded. But the main benefit is the lenders sometimes gives you a discount, right? So they will give you a discount. Some lenders give you cashbacks. Some may give you incentives like a free valuation. So there are some additional incentives, right? So it might be £200, £250, depending on what kind of deal you have. But those things will really help you, right? Especially if you're a first-time buyer. And, we know first-time buyers scratch all their sort of finances to make the house work, right? So if you are going to get £250 as cashback back, or if you get a discount on your rate, I'm sure everybody will welcome that, right? So so that's the kind of benefits that given to the borrowers.
I'm sure everyone would kind of want to know how much cheaper are green mortgages. Like, what are we
Okay.
looking at rates-wise?
Okay, so this is something you're going to be very careful. It doesn't always mean that green mortgage is the cheapest. So, for example, we might have a rate with a green mortgage which is say 1.5%, but we might have a rate as a standard mortgage who doesn't classify it as green, but that might be say 1.4%. So that might end up cheaper. So it's not always the cheapest, but say for example, if you're going to X bank and X bank is offering you say 1.5% for the green mortgage, their standard product might be 1.52%, right? So you are saving a little bit there. So if you are doing the mortgage, it's always best to ask whether you qualify for the green mortgage, because most of the time you qualify for a standard mortgage, but maybe that bank does have something like a green mortgage, right? So, but you have to look at the overall picture. There is rewards for sure, but sometimes the ones without the rewards may work out cheaper for you. So it really depends on your circumstances as well.
All right, Ifti. Is there anything else that everyone should know about green mortgages?
Yeah, I think obviously it's environmental friendly. We're all moving towards that. There are a lot of activists that working on these things as well. So, I think we should all contribute towards the environment. Like I said, few months ago, there were only a handful of providers who were offering this, but more and more providers are offering this now, right? So there might be more products in future is what I think, because there's a massive drive towards that, right? So it might be a good thing for you to sort of see your options is available as a green mortgage. And we are hoping that there might be some that might come out for things like remortgages as well. Because at the moment, like I said, as of today, I couldn't find anything, but there might be ones in future. Because if you do your work on your house, like, you work on your insulation and you change your windows, maybe you might be a B category as well. So you might qualify for rewards, right? So we don't know this yet, but there may be stuff in future that might come up, right? So hopefully we'll watch this space.
Thanks, Ifti. If you do some work on your property and you feel like you might have improved your EPC rating, is it quite easy to get them to come out and do a check to see what your new EPC rating is?
Yeah, I think with the EPC, you'll have to get a specialist who looks at that. You can get it checked. There is a fee involved because obviously it's a third-party valuer who comes out. So they will charge a fee. It's not something difficult. Usually EPCs are valid for 10 years. But I don't think the cost is that much, right? So if you have done some work around, it might be an idea to sort of get someone in and have a look. Especially if you're going to benefit from it, right? So you might as well have a look. But for people like landlords, you may not have a choice anyway because, there are, I think, again, we touched on this on our previous video. There's quite a lot of pressure to sort of get the EPCs better and better in the years to come, right? So they are really pushing for the landlords to be in the green categories in 2025, which is sort of 3-4 years away from now, right? So it's always best to check yours if you can. But obviously there is a cost involved, so double check before you do that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think as well there's a lot of government incentives on their website, ways that they can perhaps help you pay for some additional changes to be made. So guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the government's website on that for some extra help. Well, thanks again, Ifti. More great advice. I just wanted to put our regular reminder out there that these points may or may not be applicable to everybody. So please do check with an advisor to see if they're suitable for you. And if you don't have an advisor, I will leave our WS contact details below, as we are always more than happy to help. We do have an accountancy and wealth and insurance arm as well, so I will leave all of the details down below just in case you need anything. Thank you for joining us again today. We'll be back next week with another episode of Let's Talk Money and Mortgages. Have a great day, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.